Welcome to my tutorial for the fine wool eyelet gloves. Thanks so much for purchasing the pattern. I think you're going to love this. It's a beautiful, fairly simple pattern, but it is a gorgeous product. And if you like something a bit finer rather than a chunky glove, this is the one. And of course the hat and the cowl that match it, just a beautiful, lovely set. So I'm excited. I've got a merino 4-ply wool here. As you can see, I work in New Zealand or Australian UK wool weights, but I do like the US stitch terms. A little bit confusing. So I've put in a conversion chart for you, both for the UK and US stitch term conversion and also for your weights. So my recommendation is that you pop back to the PDF, the pattern, and have a good read of it, and just make sure you're working through the different areas and understanding before you get going. Being that this is a wearable, it is size orientated. So have you checked your hand size? Have you checked your yarn, your hook, and your tension to be on track? I really want you to have success with this, and first time up, make a glove that fits you perfectly. So do go back and take the time to do that before you continue on with the tutorial. But in the meantime, thanks again, and I'll see you on the inside. Happy crocheting. Right, so let's get started, and we'll just go through the tools of the trade. Your 4-ply wool, have a look at the yarn weight conversion chart, and your tension etc. is on the back of your ball for comparison. And I'm using a 3mm hook, which is standard for that size. Now you're going to need a couple of stitch markers and your needle, darning needle with a large eye, and of course some scissors to trim your yarn. So we're going to be working our rows vertically up and round the hand, which will give us a better fit. So we'll start off here with your slip knot. So I'm working with a 4-ply merino grey, and you'll begin your chains. Now the pattern is in 4 sizes: extra small, small, medium and large, color coded for your ease. So the first 2 sizes, extra small and small, have the same amount of chains to create the length of the glove. Medium and large have an additional amount of chains. So basically that's the starting point. Now once you've completed your chains to the length required, we're then going to start in row 1, working in the 3rd chain from the hook. We will begin row 1. Now we're going to be doing a half double crochet, so let's just have a good look at how that stitch is formed if you're new to a half double crochet. Now if you're not familiar with this stitch, remember we are working in US stitch terms, and there is a comparison chart on page 3 of the pattern for UK to US terms. So yarn over, through your chain, draw your chain through, draw your thread through, and then pull through all 3 of your loops. Yarn over, through your chain, pull your yarn through, yarn over and pull through, and that creates a half double crochet. So you will work this in each of your chains right across to the very end, and that should give you a stitch count of 2 less than your beginning chains. Now you're going to chain 1 and turn, ready to begin row 2. Right, row 1 complete, and row 2, here we come. Chain 1 and turn your work. Now this is your eyelet row and is the wrong side of your work. So your first row was the right side, this is your wrong side. So starting each row from here on in, we're going to begin with a single crochet. Then we're going to do 2 half double crochets, we'll chain 1, we'll skip 1 stitch, and then we will begin 2 half double crochets again. 1 and 2, chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet. So your 2 half double crochets, chain 1, create your eyelet effect. So you will continue this across the row. You'll get to your last 3 stitches and you'll then be able to do your 2 half double crochets, and we're going to do 1 single crochet to finish the row. As I said, we're beginning and ending each row here on in with a single crochet. Now just do your single crochet not too tightly, chain 1 and turn, and what this will do is this is going to actually slightly draw in the top and bottom end of the glove so we get a nice fit. So again, we're row 3 beginning with a single crochet, and in this row now we're going to do half double crochets but in the back loop. So normally you're popping your hook through underneath the 2 loops. This time you're only going to capture the back loop and complete or work your half double crochet. So you're going to continue this right across the row. Even on your chain stitch, I want you to capture only the back loop of the chain. Now what this is going to do is it's going to push forward. We're going to see more of a prominence of that front part of the loop that we're not capturing, which creates the line effect, the ridge. We want that ridge to stand out to create a nice ribbing effect. So you single crochet there, you can see it's just drawing it down. So you're just going to work right across your row. Once you get to the end, remember we're going to be popping your last 2 half double crochets into the back loop, and your single crochet is worked as normal, not into the back loop, just as a normal stitch. So single crochet, not too tightly, just a nice loose stitch there and chain 1, and you'll see over time as you progress how it will just draw in slightly, but we don't want it so tight that you don't have the wearing ease, particularly in the wrist end where you're popping your hand through. So let's begin row 4, single crochet, and in this one we are just going to be doing our standard half double crochets as per normal, through and underneath both those loops, normal stitching, no back loop this row. It's nice and easy. If you're a beginner crocheter, maybe have been crocheting for a while, a lot of these stitches you'll be either familiar with or very comfortable at learning, and this is just a 4-row pattern repeat, so it is really nice and easy. Okay, when we get to the end again, we're just finishing up with a single crochet, one chain and turning. Okay, and then on our 5th row, this time again we'll start with a single crochet in the first stitch, and we'll do our half double crochets again in the back. So our work is facing right side towards us, and by doing our half double crochet into the back loop, again we're going to create that ridge line effect. So we'll have a wee look at how that starts to look. So there's the ridge there. So this is what is going to create that lovely ribbed and eyelet effect through the glove. Okay, so once we have finished that, we have basically completed the first 5 rows, and the eyelet row and the 3 rows that continue after are the 4-row repeat. So we're just going to finish up row 5. So row 2 through 5 is your 4-row repeat, beginning each time now with your eyelet row. We'll just bring the other glove down so you can actually see how that's looking. See, there's a slight curve there. We're just getting that little bit smaller area. We want that so we'll get a nice fit around the fingers and around the wrist. And there's your 4-row repeat. And we're just going to basically continue that until we've completed the amount of rows requested in the pattern. So I'm working on extra small and the pink is the medium size. So you're ready now to go to part 2 for the finishing. You can find that link in the comments below or on your pattern.